Today in section 5.8, we are talking about the volume of cones. So first off, let's take a look at what a cone looks like. Kind of starts off with maybe a circle that kind of comes down to a point. All right, kind of like an ice cream cone, right? So if this is our cone, if we were to compare the cone to a cylinder, which is what we did in the last section, it would almost be, like bringing this down here a little bit. Okay, so you can imagine there's like empty space around the outside of the bottom part of the cone, okay? That makes it similar to a cylinder, but it's not, there's less space to fill than in the cylinder. So the reason I compare it to the cylinder is so that it will help the formula make a little more sense. To find the volume of a cube, we'll be doing 1/3 of pi times r squared times h. Now, in the cylinder formula, we just had the pi times r squared times h. The cone looks like a cylinder, but it takes up less space. Matter of fact, it's like 1/3 of the space that the full cylinder would have taken up. So to remember the formula for the cone, remember it's the same as the cylinder, it's just 1/3 of the full size, okay? So the only numbers we need the radius and we need the height. So in your book, they have an example 5.8. And they have the radius of 3 centimeters. And then the height, they're showing it all the way down the middle to the point or vertex of the cone, and that's 7 centimeters. So now we'll plug in the values. 1/3. We know pi is 3.14. They might use the fraction. Nope, they're still using the decimal. 3.14. The radius is 3. We'll be sure to square it. Times the height, which is 7. Now remember, you're able to multiply these together in any order because it's all multiplication once we take care of our exponent. Three times 3 is 9. Okay. You can look at this as this is the fraction, and like all of these would be over 1. If you want to look at it that way, you can. Or you can take 1/3 of one of these numbers. I would take 1/3 of 9, just because 9 and 3 have a common factor. And say, well, if I take 1/3 of 9, 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 9 3 times. All right, so that now this is just 1, and now I have 3.14 times 3 times 7. If I go ahead and take 3 times 7, that's 21. So 3.14 times 27, 21. Talking and teaching and writing sometimes it's a little cumbersome. But there we go. 3 times 7 is 21. 4 times 1 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 3 is 6. Let me scoot this up a little bit. And then we'll add these together. We've got 4, 9, 5, and 6. 2 decimal places here, 2 decimal places there. Let's see if it asks us to round it at all. It did not ask us to round, but we do know that this is an estimated number, so you will see the little wavy equal signs there still. 65.94, and it was centimeters. And because this is volume, it's going to be cubed. And that's because we already squared it here, that's 2, plus another centimeter gives us 3. So it's centimeters cubed. All right, so this is the main formula that you're going to want to commit to memory. You'll be using this one in class.